Okay, so first I'm going to be going in with the Urban Decay Pore Perfecting Primer. I love this primer because I tend to have like really oily skin on my nose and my T-zone areas, so it really helps to like fill in my pores and make it so that I don't get oily throughout the day. So I focus this in my T-zone. And I don't really feel like for my skin that it's necessary to prime like all over like my neck, my outskirts of my face, just because makeup doesn't really wear off there, just on my nose usually. So then I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover in 305 Natural Beige. And I love this foundation. It's pretty new to like the drugstore, but it's really, really full coverage. And for me, like, you only need like the tiniest bit and it will cover your face completely. Like, I literally do like one dot and that's it. And I'm going to take a beauty blender and just blend that into my skin. And next I'm going into the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 10 Light. And I really love this concealer, probably more than like the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, just because I feel like it has more full coverage in my opinion and looks better on my skin. So I'm just putting it under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and then fanning it out to my forehead to give a more highlighted effect. And then on my chin and on my cupid's bow. Just pretty much anywhere that brings like extra light to the face where all the sun hits, even though it's like 10 o'clock at night when I'm filming this. So next I'm going to take that Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Contour Kit, and mine's in medium. And I am going to take the shade Cinnamon right here. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my cheekbones. And I'm doing it pretty lightly. I don't want like a heavy contour for this look. And then I'm going to do on the sides of my forehead and the top, a little bit on the jawline. And remember, right now it can be messy because we're going to blend it out later. And on the sides of my nose. I'm not usually one to contour my nose very often, just like special occasions and stuff like that. Because for me, I don't really think that it's necessary, because I'm not really looking for the pinched nose look all the time. And again, blend that out with a beauty blender. And when you're blending your contour, you want to blend in upwards motions, because if you blend it down, it's going to completely ruin the effect of making your cheekbones and your face look more thin. And yeah, I just dropped it on the ground, so that's great. In the jawline contour, you want to blend downwards. So blend the cheek one up and the jawline down. In these ones, I just blend outwards because you want to still give the appearance of a smaller forehead. And next I'm going to take this Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal. And this is like a liquid version of the powder highlight. And I'm just going to place it on the high points of my cheekbones where I'd usually highlight. My baby hairs are everywhere today. And then a little down the bridge of the nose. And let's do a little bit on the chin. Why not? Let's go crazy. And I'm going to blend that out with a beauty blender. And this one more lightly, just because I want it to actually show. And it's not like it's a color that I need to blend out. It's just the glowiness. And I don't want it to fade away too much. So next I'm going to take the Coty Airspun Loose Powder in Translucent. I really, really love this powder. Probably better than any high-end brand. And this is like $10 for like this huge thing. And you get so much. I don't even think I'll ever use it all. And I like to set my under eyes with a damp beauty blender in the powder because I feel like it gives it more long-lasting feel and it doesn't crease as much. I'm sorry if I keep looking like off to the side because that's where my mirror is. And down the bridge of my nose too. Pretty much everywhere I put concealer, that's where I'm going to put this. Next, I'm just going to set my face with the MAC Studio Fix Powder in C4. I always set my foundation because otherwise I feel like I'll get oily and I feel like it just will slip inside everywhere. Like it just doesn't stay on me if I don't set it. And I don't want to look greasy or oily, so I always make sure to do that. And this is just a big fluffy powder brush. I feel like I got this from Target. I'm not sure though. But wherever I got it, I'll link it down below. And you want to use like really light motions because you don't want to put too much powder because this is another powder foundation. And then you're kind of just going to make it look really cakey if you use a lot. And also I'm using this to dust away any excess translucent powder that I might still have on my face. Next, I'm going to take the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is just a mini one I have because I can't find my big one anywhere. But I love this bronzer. It smells so good. It's like chocolatey. And it really actually smells like cocoa. And I feel like it's made from that. And I'm just putting it in the hollows of my cheekbones where I put the cream contour just to go over that and set it. And then on my forehead where I put the contour also. Make sure I'm blending. And then on the jawline too. And I'm going to take the brush I use for the powder with no more product, just whatever's left, and just blend out the contour on my forehead a little bit so it all fades seamlessly together. And next, I'm going to take the Buxom blush in Intoxicate. This is such a pretty like pink goldish like that. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I used the Luxe 512 small contouring brush for my bronzer. And then this is just a Sephora setting powder brush that I'm using for my blush. And this comes off really, really pigmented, and it can get like really crazy if you don't use a light hand. So you want to tap off as much product as possible because it's really pink. And I like to start my blush kind of up farther back because I used to do it like right on the apples of my cheeks, and I felt like that was just really like, it made me look kind of like a clown. So I like to prefer to start it back where you would naturally be like blushing. I'm going to take the Becca highlight in Opal, and this highlight is really pretty. It's super intense, so if you don't like an intense highlight, you just want to be careful, make sure you dust off excess product. But I tend to go for intense highlights even in a softer look like this. I feel like it just pulls it all together and makes you look really luminous and healthy. And you get to have like shimmery cheekbones, and who doesn't want that? And this brush I actually ordered off Amazon. I was looking for like a pack of like a bunch of brushes just to use for like people's makeup I use, because I don't want to use them too many times and just like throw them away. But then I ended up really liking the fan brush that came with it, so I use this one, and they don't have like a name brand or anything on them, so I can link them in the description box below. And I'm getting carried away with my brush. I put the highlight down the bridge of my nose, on the tip, on my cupid's bow, and on my cheekbones. I'm going to take the Anastasia brow definer in Taupe and just comb through my brows and fill them in a little bit. I don't like to fill them in a lot because I'm not into that like bold dark brow look on myself. Like other people it looks so good, and then I do it on me and I feel like that's the only thing I see on my face is just eyebrows. It's like boom. I don't like that. So I'm going to comb them up. And then I just draw, like this is like the brow definer, so it's like a triangle shaped little end to it, and I just take that line and just draw one line under my brow, and then fill in the sparseness right in the middle and the end, and then comb through it. And literally, that's it. Oh, the eyelash. And then repeat it on the other side. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but I just caught a glimpse of it in my mirror with the light, and like this highlight right now is so glowy. I love it. I like love crazy highlights, and I'm not really sure why. Like I could just wear no makeup and just highlighter and I feel like complete with my life. Okay, I'm sorry guys, my camera died, but we were just getting to the eyes. So I'm going to go into this Ofra shadow. I'm not really sure the name of it. It doesn't say. I know it's from Ofra though. And it's just a light yellow banana color. And I'm going to start by placing this all over my lid. And this is just to make a even solid color for the rest of my eyeshadow to go on. So that it's all just going to be the same on both sides. Because I don't like to use eyeshadow primer that often unless I know like I need to keep my eyeshadow on like all day and all night. So I just use eyeshadow to set my eyelids and get them ready for everything else. On a fluffier blending brush, I'm going to take Cupcake by, I think it's Makeup Geek. And I'm going to just take a little bit of this, tap off the excess, and put it right into my crease. And this can kind of be like a sloppier color. It doesn't matter because our crease isn't, we're not doing a cut crease. It's just like a nice, romantic, soft pink eye. So we're not trying to go too crazy. And really the trick to this look is just a lot of blending because we're trying to make it pretty soft. We're not trying to make it really intense. And next, with a little bit fluffier of a crease brush, we're going to go into the Becca Champagne Collection Eye Palette. I love this. It's Jaclyn Hill's collaboration with Becca. And it's such pretty colors. Like they're perfect for everyday use, or you can even take the darker shades in it and make it a little bit more intense. I love this palette. And I'm going to take the shade Cognac. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to take it into the outer portion of my eye and slowly blend it in to the outer crease, but not all the way in like the other shadow. Just about halfway. And I'm going to take a more angled crease brush, and I'm going to take the color Bordeaux. It's like a dark purple color, and just put it in the outer corners. And more close to the lash line, blending it up. I really want this to be really soft and blown out, not intense at all. I'm going to take a crease brush that I previously used and no excess product and just blend out all the edges so that there's no harsh lines. And next, on just like this flat shader eyeshadow brush, I'm going to take the color Champagne Toast. And it's more of a deeper gold champagne color. And I'm going to take it on the outer portion of the lid and bring it about halfway in. And just stay on the lid, don't go in the crease with this because this is a shimmery shadow, and personally I hate shimmery shadows in the crease. To me, it just like, I don't know why, I just can't stand it. And then with the same brush, I'm going to take Chardonnay and put that in the inner half of my eyelid. And blend it with Champagne Toast. And this is a really light champagne vanilla color. So it'll bring this look a lot more brightness to it, because that's what we want it to be, really bright and not like dramatic at all. Because it's like Valentine's Day, it's soft and cute and cuddly. And I'm taking my crease brush again with no product on it and just blending out those edges of the shimmery colors to make sure nothing is getting into my crease with the shimmers or anything. And then I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go back into like my little Ride or Die palette. I don't think I showed you guys. This is just a palette with a bunch of singles that I put in this magnetic palette, and they're from different places: MAC, Ofra, Makeup Geek, just different shadows. And this is just like an everyday palette that you will have a shade for every natural look that you'll need. And I am going to take Nylon by MAC, and this is like the best inner corner highlight, I think, and I'm going to put it in my inner corners and just to brighten it up even more, because I want this again to just be really bright and just like pretty princessy. And take it on my brow bone to highlight. I'm going to go back in with Cupcake in the same pencil brush, and I'm going to take it along my waterline. And I don't really like to do a lot, I just like to be really light so that I can just blend with the top seamlessly and it looks good, but it doesn't get like dramatic where you can see like literally pink under my eyes. Because I don't really like that look, I just do it so that everything looks nicer together. And then I'm going to take Cognac again. I don't even know how you say that word. I think it's like an alcoholic beverage. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to take that just in the outer portion of my lower lash line. Basically the outer half, and blend it in with Cupcake. And I'm going to take a flat definer brush by Luxe. This is the 221. And I forgot to say the other brushes, but I'm going to put them down below, exactly the numbers, everything, and the brands. And I'm going to take Bordeaux again, the dark purpley shade, and I'm going to put it right closest to my lashes, just on the outer half, just to give it some definition. I really hate putting eyeshadow like down on the lower lash line by my eyes because it just gets in your eye and it's like kind of like really painful. But beauty is pain. I always say that, but it's so true. And then I'm just going to go one more time in the pencil brush and I'm going to clean it off on my towel on my lap and just make sure everything is blended nicely together. And then I'm going to go into my lower lash line with mascara, and I'm using the MAC Play Gigablack Black Mascara. I don't even know how you say that. It's such a long name, but it's a really tiny wand and it's perfect for your lower lashes. And I'm not going to put mascara on my top lashes because right now I have eyelash extensions and you can't put mascara on them. And they don't really need it anyways. They're really black and all I have to do is comb through them with this little wand that they gave me. It's just a mascara wand with nothing on it. And you just comb through them to make sure you get every little powder off. And get them how you like them to be placed. I'm like really kind of OCD about my lashes. I like want them to all be like perfect, but of course it's never gonna happen with lashes. It's just how it is, especially when you get these extensions. It seems like they're a lot harder to move around where you want them. Like once they want to stay a certain way, it's really hard to change them unless you like get them wet. So I'm trying to do that right now, but it seems like I might have to get them wet later. I can't do it now because my makeup's done. And then lastly, I'm going to go in to the Ofra and Manny MUA collab. He did a liquid lipstick collab and I think he had a few shades, and this is the shade Aries. It's a really soft pinky mauve color, perfect for Valentine's Day. For this makeup tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed this like soft romantic Valentine's Day look. This is gonna be my first makeup YouTube video I've ever done, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really had a lot of fun making this. I've been thinking of different Valentine's Day looks to do and I couldn't come up with just one, so I'm gonna do this one and then I'm gonna do a more dramatic one for those of you that prefer those looks. But I know a lot of people are just starting out with makeup and don't really want to do anything too difficult, so this was really simple and you can use any eyeshadow, any products you want, and it's just going to turn out just as good. And yeah, it's really easy and it's subtle and soft and I love it so much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.